everybody, Steve with Smitty's Flybox. Today we're tying sculpins, so we'll jump right in. Remember 2 orients and hook, 6/0 thread, and we're going to tie in some dumbbell eyes. So I've got some 4.8 brass dumbbell, and I'm going to tie these in about 3/4 up the hook shank, about right there, and we'll just use figure 8 wraps to secure those in, and then we'll actually do some wraps underneath like that to cinch them down. And then it's a good idea to hit that with just a little glue or UV glue, whatever you got. Now what we're going to do is we're going to dub the body from just above the point of the hook to just behind the eyes there, and we're just going to use olive Arizona semi-seal dubbing. So you can just dub it on there like you would a leech or whatever. I'm going to use a dubbing loop just to maybe speed it up and save myself from getting carpal tunnel syndrome. So we'll just load that dubbing loop up. Just behind the eyes. Then we're going to have a little thread base right there behind the eyeballs, like that, and we can brush out all this dubbing and make it look somewhat pretty. Fins on this fly, and so what I'm going to use is I've got some whiting Brahma hen cape, and I'm trying to use the bigger feathers, the feathers I would normally probably not use at all, and we're basically going to tie it in by the tip. So find that tip, brush it back, and secure it in there. So really what I'm trying to accomplish here is a giant soft hackle. So I'll just wrap this feather, and I'm actually going to wrap almost the whole feather because I want as much of those feather fibers as I can to build these this profile of sculpin fins. So I'm going to go right down to where I get to the fluffy part of that feather. And we can trim that off. Oops. Okay, let's pull everything back and just secure that down and tie it down nice and tight. Got a few strays there. What we'll do is let's flip this fly upside down. We'll finish the fly out now like this. And I'm going to tie in a rabbit strip, just a regular old zonker strip, and I'm going to measure so the end of the hide there from the eyeballs to the end of the hook, and that's where I'm going to poke it through right there. And let's just take it out of the vise, slide it around the hook, and remount it like that. All right. Now what we'll do is we'll take these hand feathers and let's just part those and actually try to evenly part those and really just almost manhandle those to the side like that. And we can actually trim this dubbing down if we got a little bit of bulk there up in our grill. Okay, so now we can let's slide this rabbit hide, lay it right there against, right down on the hook, and we'll secure that in right on top with a couple of good wraps. And now we'll trim off any excess that we may have right there. I'm just going to come back and do a couple more figure 8s. Okay, there we go. Now we're ready to build the head on the fly. And again, we're just going to dub and do a big old head on there. You can just, like we did in the back, we'll use a dubbing loop. You can just dub normal if you don't have a dubbing twister. it's a little easier to get a denser head on there. Actually, for the dubbing, before I put it in this twister, I like to just stack it up a little bit, just to it helps me get a little more uniform rope going. All right, so I'm going to do my dubbing loop up in front of the eyes. Okay, once we've got that loop ready, we're going to start building the head. So I'm going to bring my first wrap. Up underneath those eyes. Come all the way around, like that. And then let's come right down between the eyes, right there, like that. And then let's make a couple of wraps in front of the eyes, like that. And we're just trying to carefully try not to crowd my head best we can. And there we go. And now we can tie that off. Let's just pull everything back. Try to build a small little head right there behind and tie down that loop a little better maybe. And now we can whip finish. Like that. We'll come back with our dubbing brush and just brush everything back like that. It's going to look a little gnarly. Brush it up. Brush it every which way. You know, really, if you wanted to, you could keep it like that, but I like to trim it down, like almost like I'm